More unit reinforcements. I think I'm going for the fortresses again. Just looking at this makes my fortress itch tingle, or whatever you say. Oh, I'm actually going for the arc lights. Well, never mind me. Never mind me. Anyway, the levels go into Wasps. Who would have guessed? Almost 4,600 damage and counting. I'm positioning the arc lights. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, get some backup. Chaff clear. And they are also pretty good against these Mustangs. Though these Mustangs have 2,400 health. They are approaching some extended... excuse me. Some extended range or maybe also some mass-produced sledges. That's what each Mustang here is worth in terms of health. I'm burrowing the crawlers and just throwing them out there like candy. I have chaff out the wazoo right now. My opponent is relying on these Mustangs to do everything, basically. And I guess the Stormcrawlers can also help. He probably was thinking about me dropping the fortresses, so he got some melters instead. I think it would have been better, if you think that is going to happen for sure, to simply invest into some more double shot action for the Scorpions. I'm dropping the oil, which basically means I'm dropping the fire. Now it's going to hurt my chaff on this side as well, but they don't get that far into it. Well, I guess now they are. I still think it's better for me than for my opponent. Anyway, the Wasps have now achieved 146 range. Even the Wasps on this side have accomplished a bit. And now under a tower debuff, these Wasps are at my opponent's throat. There's no high-level Mustangs to really stop them. Overall, I think, yes, it was the correct choice dropping the arc lights, despite it being pretty late into the game. The Wasps clear everything my opponent has, and guess what? They can level again. I got the 1.0 here. Strike Specialist, you could look at that. You could also look at the shield. I just skipped. Because honestly, what is 60,000 health on a shield going to do against Wasps, which can crack this basically in 2 salvos or less? I guess it is like 3 seconds of time, or maybe if you round it out, like 2 seconds of time. These Mustangs are also not to be neglected. Like, they have Amcor, they have armor-piercing bullets, they have extended range. I don't know why he's not hitting the area spec button, to be honest. Because that would be what I would have hit a long time ago if I was facing Caribous and tried to counter it with Mustangs, I think. So, yeah. He's just trying to, I guess, match the range. He's now being outranged a little bit. But I think area spec is important here. These Wasps are more of a problem than the chaff. The chaff is getting cleared by... Even the Scorpions are doing a good job of that. I sold the Wasps on the other side. They were not carrying, so why keep them? And let's see what happens next. I also don't like the money being down here. I think I would like it a lot more if it were like up here or something like that. Or if this entire UI was higher. I'm dropping some missiles to get rid of these crawlers. I don't want my entire army being pushed to the middle again. I did invest into some Scorpions as well, to clear up his heavy ground units a little better. Because the Arclights were shooting the Scorpions, and that's not exactly what I want them to shoot. Unless I have carry Arclights, of course. He's put these Mustangs to the side, hoping to kind of slide behind my army, but the Scorpions and the Wasps with superior range are actually taking care of them. Which means that right now, my army is pushing through. There's not a lot left, and my opponent still has a lot of health. So, in the end, it's not a one match yet, but it is level 9 carry Wasps with Amcor. And they don't mess around. More unit reinforcements, Typhoons dropping. And my opponent is looking at them and thinking, maybe I can counter the Wasps with that. I personally think I'm either selling the Wraith or getting the Overlords for Photon. Both of these I could imagine myself doing. I'm going for the Wraith in the end. The Wasps have achieved level 9. There's no longer any point to leveling them up. My opponent is dropping the Typhoons and he's going for the homing missiles. And I think maybe my opponent was thinking that they are anti-air as well. It doesn't say it, I think. It just says at distant enemies. But they only hit ground. These are exclusive ground-to-ground missiles. I'm just going for the Scorpions at this point because everything my opponent has after the chaff dies is Scorpionable. And they have range and double shot and they are level 2 through the back. I think, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. They will just annihilate everything. I'm putting a level on a Scorpion instead of something else because there's no level 10 units in this game. Wasps would be just insane with it. Look at this. They are doing over 6,600 damage. And they're doing it at insane range. My opponent has some oil here. Does he also have fire? I don't think he has any source of fire, so he's banking on my Vulcans igniting it. But he's kind of killing them before it could potentially ignite it with these crawlers here. Anyhow, as you can see, the missiles are only shooting ground, so I don't really need to worry. My Wasps are taking care of business, but his Mustangs are excellent chef. He basically is playing Mustang Melter, which also is a unit composition that is real. This is not a made-up unit composition that doesn't do anything. I think this is also a older but well-established unit composition. It dies to fire, which is probably why it died in the first place. I don't win by much. I can't level the Wasps again, even though I bet they could, in theory, go to level 10 XP-wise. Another M-Core, also Absorption Module or Nuke. Well, I don't know what I'm picking here. Yeah, there. In theory, they could achieve level 10. I'm dropping the Nuke. My insane carry unit cannot carry any harder than what it can right now. I guess I could still give it EMP. He does not really have anything that is worth investing into air spec. So I'm just investing. I was thinking about my opponent getting the nuke as well. Nuking these Wasps would definitely be a good choice of play for him, I think. So I'm redirecting them to the other side. And this is going to be the side that is weakened by the nuke as well. There is no shield here, unless my opponent, of course, drops some. It's time to hit the buttons. I think I don't hit the rapid resupply here. I'm also dropping some more Vulcans. Oh no, I am hitting rapid resupply. And I'm giving them range. So basically I'm playing carry Wasps with Vulcan Scorpion, which also is a good unit composition. And my opponent is playing a Scorpion Typhoon with Mustang Melter. In the end, that is kind of what you can classify it as. It's just a shame that the anti-ground missiles are only anti-ground missiles and not anti-air missiles, and that is a fat freaking nuke. The double-shot Scorpions take care of everything that my opponent has just dropped. I think he dropped more Typhoons, if I'm not mistaken. The carry Wasps are suddenly on the other side, but they are not even needed. It ends up being a stellar victory based on mostly these carry Wasps, which got me through the early game. I think I was totally tired and absolutely loving this game because I got to play with carry Wasps again, and these are not chaos dropped carry Wasps, they are homegrown carry Wasps with fertilizer. Well, thank you for watching everyone, and until next time.